In this video, we're setting up Kali Linux in VirtualBox, ready to take on CTF platforms like TryHackMe and HackTheBox. I'll walk you through each essential step, from installing VirtualBox to configuring a shared folder for VPN files, so you can jump right into practical hacking challenges. Let's dive in. First, we need to get VirtualBox installed. Head to the VirtualBox website, download the installer for your operating system, download the extension pack too, and follow the basic setup prompts. This part is straightforward. Download, run the installer, open the extension file, install it. Afterwards, restart VirtualBox to apply the extension features, and you're good to go. VirtualBox is a powerful tool for virtualizing operating systems, and it's free, making it a popular choice in the cybersecurity field. Next, let's bring in Kali Linux. Instead of installing from scratch, we're going to use a pre-made VirtualBox image. Open your browser, go to the Kali Linux download page, and select the VirtualBox image. Once the download is complete, find the .vbox file, which is the ready-made Kali Linux setup specifically for VirtualBox. Open VirtualBox, go to File, then Import Appliance. Choose the Kali Linux .vbox file you downloaded and click through the prompts to import it. VirtualBox will automatically set up the machine according to Kali's specifications, so we don't need to adjust anything at this stage. Once the import is complete, start the Kali machine from the VirtualBox main window. Now, when Kali boots up, you'll see the login screen. The default username and password are usually Kali for both, but double-check Kali's website if you're unsure. Log in, and let's adjust a couple of key settings. First, head over to your system settings to change the keyboard layout if needed. Go to Settings, find the keyboard section, and select the layout that matches your preferred language and format. This will make it much easier to type commands accurately. With the keyboard set up, let's update Kali to ensure everything's running smoothly and securely. Open the terminal and type in the following command: sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade -y. This command will fetch the latest package lists and upgrade any out-of-date software on the system. The -y flag confirms the updates, so you don't have to approve each one manually. Depending on your internet speed, this may take a few minutes. Now, let's set up the shared folder in VirtualBox. This shared folder will let us transfer VPN files or any other data between our host machine and the Kali virtual machine quickly and easily. First, shut down the Kali VM to make these changes. Then, in VirtualBox, right-click on your Kali VM and go to Settings. Click on Shared Folders, and then select the option to add a new shared folder. Choose a folder on your host machine that you want to use as your shared space. Check the boxes for Auto Mount and Make Permanent, so Kali will recognize this shared folder each time it boots up. After adding the folder, go ahead and start the Kali VM again. Once Kali boots, you should see your shared folder in the file system. You may need to go to Media or MNT to find it, but it should be mounted automatically. Before moving on, let's create a snapshot. Snapshots allow us to save the current state of the virtual machine, so if anything goes wrong during setup or use, we can easily restore it back to this point. To create a snapshot, go back to VirtualBox, right-click on your Kali VM, and select Take Snapshot. Give it a name that you'll remember, like Initial Setup. This snapshot saves everything about the VM's current state. From network settings to system configurations, so you can experiment without worrying about losing your progress. Lastly, let's configure the network settings. Since we'll be using VPNs to connect to platforms like TryHackMe, we'll set the network to NAT, or Network Address Translation. This setting lets the virtual machine connect to the internet through your host machine which is essential for downloading files and establishing VPN connections. In the VirtualBox settings for Kali, go to Network, choose Adapter 1, and set the Attached to option to N80. With that set up, we're ready to move on. Next, we'll add VPN data to the shared folder. With our Kali Linux environment set up and configured in VirtualBox, it's time to bring in the VPN files we'll need to connect to CTF platforms like TryHackMe and HackTheBox. First, go to TryHackMe's website, log in, and navigate to the VPN section, which is usually under your account settings or profile. Here, you'll see options to download a VPN configuration file in TryHackMe, often ending in OVPN. Now, I show you how to find the VPN files in HackTheBox. This file is essential because it provides the secure connection details needed to join TryHackMe's network. Go ahead and download it to a location you can easily find. Once the VPN file is downloaded, move it to the shared folder we set up earlier in VirtualBox. Since this folder is accessible by both your host machine and the Kali VM, it's the quickest way to transfer files without needing to download them directly in Kali. Now, let's switch back to the Kali virtual machine. Open the file manager and navigate to the shared folder, which should be in root or /mnt or /media, depending on your VirtualBox settings. But you don't need to search inside these directories if your shared folder is visible in your File Explorer. Inside, you should see the VPN configuration file you just downloaded. To start the VPN connection, open the terminal in Kali Linux. First, we need to navigate to the shared folder location. Use the command cd/nt/shared folder name. Replace shared folder name with the actual name of your shared folder. Once inside the folder, you'll see the .ovpn file we downloaded from TryHackMe. To initiate the VPN connection, use the following command: sudo openvpn-config your VPNOL file.ovpn. Replace your VPNOL file with the actual file name. Kali will prompt you for the sudo password to start the VPN with administrative privileges. After entering it, you'll see logs appear in the terminal as OpenVPN initializes the connection. Once you see a line saying Initialization sequence completed, you're connected to TryHackMe's VPN network. Now that we're connected, let's test it with a CTF room on TryHackMe. Go back to TryHackMe, pick a CTF room you'd like to explore, and click on Deploy to launch the virtual machine for that room. The room's IP address should be displayed on TryHackMe, which we'll use to test the connection from Kali. Back in Kali, open the terminal and try pinging the IP address provided by TryHackMe. For example, ping target IP address. Replace target patch IP address with the IP address of the room. If everything is set up correctly, you should see responses coming back, confirming that you're connected to the CTF environment. This means your VPN connection is active, and Kali can communicate with TryHackMe's virtual machines. Congratulations! You're now fully connected and ready to start hacking on CTF platforms. In this setup, you've configured VirtualBox, set up Kali Linux, established a secure VPN connection, and verified your connection with a live CTF room. This setup will serve you well across TryHackMe, HackTheBox, and other platforms where secure connectivity is essential. But before you get too comfortable with your virtual setup, here's a question to consider. Just how private are your files when you're using the cloud? In an upcoming video, we're uncovering how cloud providers analyze your uploaded files using MD5 hash values, comparing them against massive databases without you even realizing it. If you're interested in the hidden surveillance tactics behind cloud storage, you won't want to miss it. Stay tuned. Your files might not be as private as you think.